Pokemon rivals have a huge impact on our main character's journey, how they train, how they battle, and how their journey is influenced as a whole. So today we're going to be taking a look at who had the biggest impact on Ash Ketchum and his journey. So let's get started and hope you enjoy. So kicking off with the OG rival Gary Oak. When you think about the impacts that Gary has had on Ash, it is huge. He was the driving force behind Ash's journey through Kanto. Every step of the way Ash would vow to catch up with Gary, and slowly that faded away, but Gary would still pop up every now and again and steer Ash back in the right direction. When Ash wasn't fully pushing himself, Gary would have to beat him down to send him off to another region like Johto or Sinnoh. Gary had the most impact on Ash in the early parts of his journey, and that's why he was such a great rival, so he's definitely in the running.
It's great that you won the Battle Frontier, but that doesn't mean you can relax. There are all sorts of tough Pokemon in Sinnoh that you don't even know about yet. Believe me.
Next, let's take a look at Ritchie. This guy was a mirror of Ash. He had a similar personality, the same damn Pokemon, so he was just a huge test for Ash, and I think he showed Ash how strong he could be with the right preparation. But he definitely didn't have the most impact on Ash compared to some of the others. And then we have Paul, and we all know this rivalry is the greatest rivalry in Pokemon. It was so deep, so much depth, so well written. Both trainers had such a different battling style, training style, and just overall philosophies. Paul would constantly annoy Ash at every chance he got, and it was a different kind of annoyance, whereas Gary would belittle and tease Ash, winding him up. Paul would just speak the truth for what he believes. He wouldn't be shy to state his opinion, but in the end Ash proved Paul wrong. He defeated him and shown him why his training methods of friendship and affection are the better way to go about it. So I think Paul is up there to have had the biggest impact on Ash, but it's hard to tell how far it goes, as Black and White was the series to follow, so it might be that Diamond and Pearl was the only real impact he had.
When every life meets another life, something will be born. Today's battle certainly gave birth to something between those two as well.
Next we have Sawyer, and I think Sawyer had a different kind of rivalry with Ash, one that we hadn't really seen before. Ash was pretty damn strong in the XY series, and he meets a young, impressionable guy from Hoenn, and they become good friends but also fierce rivals. And Ash was kind of the mentor figure for Sawyer. Not exactly, but Sawyer would always strive to defeat Ash, whereas in previous series it would usually be the other way around. So it was really cool to see a different take, but I don't think he had the most impact. And then the other XY rival is Alain, and Alain I would say is very much walking down his own path. He's not really out to find rivals, he's just doing what he's doing for Marin and to become stronger himself. But I would say Ash had more of an impact on him than the other way around. Ash, who is just this incredible battler in XY, made Alain want to battle him more and more. And Alain even went so far as to go in to collect all the badges just so he can face Ash in the finals of the Kalos League. Of course he did have some big impacts on Ash as well, pushing him to his limits, helping him with the whole Greninja form. But overall I wouldn't say Alain had a bigger impact than the likes of Paul or Gary.
Both of us grew from that battle, and Ash made it all possible.
And we're going to finish up with Gladion. Gladion was a superb character in the Sun and Moon anime, but this series overall was more light-hearted, more subtle. Of course Gladion did have a big impact on Ash and his overall desire to become stronger, to do all the island challenges, and then eventually to go on to defeat Gladion in the finals of the Alola League. Their rivalry was special, but I don't think he played a massive role in terms of Ash's full journey. If we're talking about Alola in general, then it's a completely different story, because Alola is Ash's second home. It's the region that he became champion of, but for Gladion I can't say he had a bigger impact than some of the others. So who had the biggest impact on Ash Ketchum as a rival? I didn't include the likes of Leon or Kukui because I really don't see them as rivals. Although they may have been final goal battles for Ash, they weren't competing with him all throughout the journey. But for me it's between Gary and Paul, and it's really hard because of how well Paul was written in Diamond and Pearl. But if you think about the larger picture, Diamond and Pearl is the only series that they had this rivalry. He did come back in Journeys and a lot of people praise his return. I thought it was cool, but lacking a bit of that Paul wisdom and one-liners that we love. So I'm going to have to give it to Gary, mainly because he just always came back. He pushed Ash at the beginning, he pushed Ash when he was stuck for what to do next, where to go, and he pushed Ash when he got complacent. Gary might not be Ash's best rival, but he for sure had the biggest impact and was always there for Ash. But that's it for this one. Let me know who you think had the biggest impact on Ash Ketchum, and give me some other ideas of what you'd want to see, ranking rivals, companions, gym leaders in all different categories. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.